Suzanne, you're here helping out in Thurrock and in Avely just now at lunchtime. On the doorstep in your own council over in Merton in Wimbledon, what are the issues that are coming up?
Well, I think one of the primary issues is council tax. The council tax in Merton is twice what it is in next door in neighbouring Wandsworth, and people are a bit fed up about that, particularly when they see the amount of waste that is going on. I was on the front page of the local paper this week talking about the fact that compensation claims against the council are running at £46,000 a month. That's astronomical. You have to ask, what's the council doing to make sure these claims don't arise? Is it making sure all these claims are genuine? That's just one example of the huge amounts of potential waste that's going on. And in fact, we've actually got an investigation in Merton going on at the moment into whether or not there's been corruption in hiring consultants in the council. So there's all kinds of things that annoy people. We reckon we could cut council tax by 15% if we sorted those problems out.
So from the B of the bang, as we've just been discussing here, do you feel that what people are expecting from UKIP now is to be really at those grassroots issues, such as what are you exactly getting for your council tax?
Yeah, absolutely right, because the LibLabCon have just got away with it for far too long. People haven't really had a real choice before, but now they have got a real choice in UKIP. And if there's one thing that UKIP councillors stand up for right across the patch, and that's why I'm here today in Thurrock, it is against, it's against the sort of career class politicians who take everybody for granted, and it's very much in favour of the council taxpayer making sure they get best value for money.
So it's now late January, there are elections in late May. Do you expect yourself to be very busy out and about in a lot of places over the next 3 months?
Yeah, I wouldn't miss it for the world. It's not just great to be out and about and meet people, it's great to be out with the UKIP team as well. I defected from the Tories in May, and a nice bunch of people I couldn't wish to meet. It's fantastic, it's like coming home.
But was that quite a decision to make, to go over? Was a lot of, dark nights of the soul, as they say?
No, really. I think when you've been out and about, you're campaigning on doorsteps, people are saying, I'm worried about immigration, I'm worried about EU membership, I don't think I'm getting value for money here, I don't think the government's doing a good job, I'm not going to vote Tory anymore, I'm voting UKIP, and you're there thinking, I think you're right. It's actually a great motivation to go.
And finally, does it help? Tim Aker is hovering around just near us, and people like Patrick O'Flynn. Does it help to have people like that as part of your crest of a wave?
Yes, of course it does. Tim's fantastic as head of policy for UKIP, and I've been really privileged as leader of the UKIP group in Merton to work with him on policy. What other political party asks its local councillors to input into national manifesto pledges? LibLabCon don't do that. I've never been asked to input manifesto commitments for the Conservative Party when I was with the Tories. That's a real sign, I think, that UKIP is working at the grassroots, with the grassroots and for the grassroots.
Suzanne, thank you very much. Robert, late January, UKIP out and about, just in Avely or all across the borough?
We're in many parts of the borough today, Michael. What a wonderful day it's turned out to be. Really depressing the early part of the morning when I was out there with the leafleteers at 9 o'clock this morning. But now it's turned out we decided to up our game. Every weekend we're out with leafleteers. So we've got a concerted push across all of the borough. I think we're down in Tilbury today. We're over in South Ockenden, we're over in Bellis, we're over in Uplands, and as you know, you're meeting me down here.
What are there obvious issues on the doorstep that people are?
Well, the main issues for the people here, as you can probably notice, it might be picked up by some of the people looking at your video, is the traffic noise, and they're very concerned about the new builds that are going to propose to go on with the increase of traffic. I mean, we've got a job talking to each other here. So with another 500, 600, 700 units being built, they're all going to have cars, there's going to be absolute turmoil. And people bring up to me, like they have today, about the medical centre. How they're going to get in. I've understood that waiting times are increasing. Some people are waiting 4 weeks to get an appointment now. And this has all materialised, particularly harshly, in the last 2 years.
Because as you mentioned the noise, I mean, it's a Saturday lunchtime. Saturday lunch on Romford Road, and you're right, the traffic is quite considerable.
And we're not even in the rush hour, as you pointed out.
Yeah. What about the challenge, for UKIP? You've been a councillor for 2 years now, of talking about other issues. Are you confident that it's not just about immigration, etc., but are you confident about other issues?
We are talking about lots of issues, and the UKIP branch has been quite focused, and we've got some very good people on board. The new leaflet, if you see, has got a picture of the bridge. We've also got a picture of Tilbury Power Station. That's going to go down very, very well in Tilbury. So we are bringing to notice local issues that we can put to people besides the national issues.
What are your? I know it's very early. It's a few months to the local elections, but do you have? You know, you're a solo UKIP councillor, and it was quite a coup when you got it. Do you have any hopes of hopefully having other colleagues come late May?
I'm going to keep a reserved opinion on that, Michael, until nearer the time.